What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's good to see you today on the Speak and See Show. I ask that you like and subscribe and click that notification button so whenever I get information out, you can get information in. I want to say thank you all for watching. I appreciate all your comments down below. And I also would like to say congratulations to all of you who are out there saying, oh boy, my payment's coming due next week. And now it's been deferred for another 6 months, which is great news. I'm going to go over these comments. Why a lot of people are asking me, why have I not heard a press release about it? Why is it not on the news or anything like that? And that's a very good question. But first, would somebody say, hey, I still want my 10K?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I've seen your comments. I do read your comments below and I understand your concerns. And a lot of people are saying, hey, I see it in my KWeb or CoWeb or whatever they call it, CAWEB account, your account for your portal on your loan, and it tells you when your maturity date is due and when it originated and when the next installment is due, when your first installment is due. And if you haven't got on there yet and you do get on there now, you're going to see that your loans have been deferred for another 6 months. Yes, they will continue to collect interest up to 3.5% or 3.75%, somewhere in there. And but you have been deferred for 6 months and you got 6 months to think about it, where you can start paying it now if you don't want the interest to continue accruing. So you can start paying it now if you want. It's up to you. But we are going to be looking to go after forgiveness on this in the future. However, we needed this time. We really need this time in order to work on that forgiveness plan that hopefully is going to come up during the election time, is what I'm thinking, when they'll start talking about it. And that's when we can start putting our rubber to the road and saying, let's go for that forgiveness. We'll start sooner than that, but you're saying we'll start hearing more and more about small businesses at that time, because there's so many votes that matter and there's so many small businesses that matter come election time. There's certain things that get weighed higher than others during election time. However, right now we're getting ready to start seeing those things come to fruition, which we have just seen. And a lot of people are, and I've gotten a question from a couple of you out there saying, hey, Will, why is, if this deferment's really, if it really happened, then why isn't it so big on the news, so big on the press? And the reason why that is because Schumer has pretty much told Guzman, Schumer is the head of the Senate, he's the majority leader, has pretty much told Guzman to go ahead and do it. But it hasn't been put through the board of the committee. It hasn't been appropriated by the committee, where the committee all sits down and then they agree on it. But it doesn't matter if they agree on it or not. Schumer pretty much said in his press release, you're wondering why, I just want you to know, there was a press release put out by the Senate Majority Leader on this, by Chuck Schumer, who knows the rules. And his rule was telling Isabel Guzman, extend it. You've got the authority, extend it. And when the Senate Majority Leader says extend it, they extend it. So Guzman has pretty much done that already without even going through the appropriations, which the Republicans are going to yell at her saying, why did you do this without our consent and this and that? And it'll go through a hearing, and Isabel Guzman is going to get there and say, well, I appreciate the question, and give her excuse why she did it. And she'll just say, talk to Chucky. So that'll probably happen in the future. It has been extended. Once again, if you haven't seen my video from yesterday, it's kind of a repeat of yesterday, and I'm going over what is happening. So right here, you're going to see the date of origination was 5/15/2020, and it changed. 6 months have been deferred, changed from 5/15/2022 to right here, 11/15/2022. Everybody is getting with me saying, yep, it's there. You have seen it. It is there. Will it stay there? Yes, it will stay there. They can't go back and say, okay, we're changing our mind on the deferment. So I'm going to go and click that out, and I'm going to go down to here. You'll see Chuck Schumer website, United States Senator for New York. He is the majority leader. It's all telling you exactly what's going on, but it's basically saying COVID hit and it's still affecting us. Here he says, Schumer said that the SBA has the authority to extend the deadline as it did last year to give small businesses and nonprofits additional time before loan payments coming due. That's all we need. That's all it takes. That's all Guzman needed, was a letter from Chucky saying, do you want me to extend it? And down here, Chucky writes Isabel Guzman her letter saying, Yes, I want you to extend it. That's why you have the extension. This is great. I have to take my hat off to Chuck Schumer on this one and say, Chucky, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. You once in a while, you see him come through for us. However, Chucky, those $10,000 Eidl grants, my friend, come on, that policy map that screwed a lot of people out of getting their 10K. Let's not forget about that. And what small businesses may have to do is the same thing we did on getting this Eidl loan deferment, contacting those senators, contacting congressmen and saying, hey, what happened with this policy map gig where you closed my business down, told me we get 10K, but now you're saying that since I was out of the area, I don't get it. How about since I closed my business down, I should get the 10K because you didn't say I had to be in a certain area to get the 10K. You came up with that later. So we may have to come up with something here in order to fight for that $10,000 Eidl grant. However, right now I am just putting out there again that once again, you have gotten the 6 more months of Eidl deferment, a total of 30 months of Eidl deferment. What's next? Loan forgiveness? Hopefully, that's a lot of money. We're talking over $1 trillion in forgiveness that small businesses would be asking for. So we are right now at the mercy of the Senate and the Congress, whether that would be forgiven or not. And we got to understand we did take the loan. If we have to pay it back, we will. We're business owners. We get it. But a lot of maybe forgive the $150,000 and under, or at least even for those over $150,000 of the loan, something where you come to an agreement. Like we were pushing for this 1 year of deferment, another year of deferment. They met us in the middle at 6 months, said, okay, can't do a year, but let's see how you guys look in 6 more months. Okay, that's cool. Now we get to see the other 6 months play out. Hopefully this economy can come back a little, even though it's not looking real good right now. Hopefully within the next 3 or 4 months, it can start looking a lot better as we were seeing our business go up. Now we get hit with this Ukraine war and all these other things that are affecting the supply chain. And we start going back to where as if COVID was back in full play. Well, hopefully by the time elections come near, as well as the Eidl loans start having to be repaid again, we can get something done as far as having either one, the business just crushing, the economy crushing it again and moving forward to where we don't have to worry. The loan is just, another drop in the bucket like it was before all this COVID stuff hit. Or we can talk about getting some forgiveness for those Eidl loans and grants. However, we're going to have to wait and see and play the game as we have been doing throughout this whole mess. But when crunch time came this time, you guys came together, you joined together, we got together with our senators, congressmen. They heard us, you worked, and you got your deferment. I want to say thanks again for watching. Shout out to Jason McElhone and all he's done for the small businesses out there. And I just want to say once again to all you all, thanks again for watching. I love you. I hope this takes a little bit of weight off your shoulders, even though it's a short term here, but at least it's something where you don't have to worry about so soon. That's it for tonight, guys. I just wanted to come out and say, hey, I still want my 10K.
Yeah.